Hey, friends and family, a warm welcome to you. I hope you are having a fantastic day. It is a fantastic day out here in the Nanaba's kitchen because as you can see, we are serving jollof rice for dinner. Absolutely. And I have to say, this is by far the best jollof rice I ever made because I'm using leftover ingredients that I recovered from my freezer, mostly leftover ingredients. And I'm telling you, we're making tolo beef jollof rice, something that my mom used to make quite a lot, and it never failed. The amount of flavor that tolo beef packs into the jollof is unbelievable. Watch as it unfolds, friends. Let's cook. So on the stove is the tolo beef, which is cured lamb, by the way, and the recipe is also linked below. It's homemade and it's so good. I have one onion, which I'm going to cut up into very thin slices so they can caramelize evenly and quickly. So the tolo beef I've cut up into small pieces. I've added a little bit of water to it and set it on medium heat, and it's going to cook and render a lot of the fat off as well as the salt. And I'm going to let it cook and caramelize, which really intensifies all the flavors. It is like cooking bacon. It is so good. So I also have some ginger and garlic. Now the garlic, I buy them whole and I freeze them, and so when they thaw they become translucent, so pretty. So I've thinly sliced those as well, and I have finely minced the ginger just now. And then I'm also going to add these pettie bell chilies, which are very similar in fragrance and taste to habaneros or serrano chili, so you can substitute with those. Now we are 15 minutes into the cooking and the tolo beef is cooked completely through. The fat has been rendered off with the salt, and I'm continuing to cook it on medium heat till this caramelization happens, which intensifies its flavor. It's like cooking bacon. It's out of this world delicious. Now this oil is my Dorowet Ethiopian chicken stew oil. I used avocado oil, which is a heart healthy oil, and I skimmed a lot of that oil off after I cooked the stew and stored it in the fridge. So this is another leftover ingredient. It is spiced and infused with so many ingredients, so many fragrant and delicious ingredients, and it just takes the jollof stew to the next level. It's like next level element in this dish right here. It is unbelievable. So I've added that to the pot and also added the onions, the garlic, the ginger, and the pettie bell chilies and stirred it together. I covered the pot to let it continue to caramelize until I get almost like a marmalade texture, and it's sweet and delicious. Now what's going in is my tomato paste, which also really brings that gorgeous, luxurious element, okay, in terms of the color that it imparts to the jollof rice. Jollof rice color has to be rich, okay? It has to be rich. It has to be intense, in your face. It is so good. So that goes in, and it is canned, so I'm going to cook it for about 10 minutes until that canned flavor is cooked off or out. Now I'm adding some diced tomatoes, and that also gets cooked until it also sort of disintegrates. So we're still cooking on medium heat, and at this point we're about 30 minutes into the cooking. Now I am using chicken base, which is the roasted chicken, better than bouillon chicken base, which I totally love. I prefer that to the cubes, but you can use your bouillon cubes. I've added some rosemary, dry rosemary, as well as some curry powder, and I just threw in some crushed black pepper. And the reason I added rosemary is because it really pairs well with lamb, and there is lamb in this dish, so why not? And the curry powder is one ingredient, and yet it is multiple ingredients, really, because if you think of it, it has cumin, it has coriander, it has cloves. It is packed with a lot of spices that are fragrant and brings that wow factor. So here I have been cooking an extra about 10 minutes to cook down the stew to intensify the flavors and really make it rich. And so now the bottom was catching, and so I went ahead and deglazed with some leftover beef broth that I also had somewhere in the freezer. So that's done. Now I've added my rice, and this is jasmine rice, which I have washed thoroughly until the water turns clear. Very important when you're cooking with jasmine rice, because it has lingering starches that you can wash off thoroughly. So that gets added, and then I stir it to combine, and I cook it for a while until most of that moisture is absorbed, which is, I call it toasting. And to me, it is a crucial step in cooking jollof rice because it helps the final product to become really fluffy into single grains and removes that mushy factor out of the equation. And the next step is to introduce that moisture, okay, or that liquid that's going to steam the rice and cook it completely through to where there are no crunchy bits at all. So I add the beef broth, stir it in to combine. All right, and then we scrape the sides so they all cook together. We don't want to lose any of this deliciousness in here. So once it's all combined, pot sides are cleaned out, we're going to lay the lid onto the pot, still on medium heat. We're going to cook for about 10 minutes, and then when you go back in, you'll notice that the moisture is partially absorbed. Now, jollof rice requires a lot of tender, loving care. You have to really pay attention to your jollof rice. So you have to go in periodically and stir it. Okay, so you're moving the top to the bottom and vice versa. That way you're circulating that steam. It is the steam that's going to cook the jollof rice, and also by doing so, you're actually leaving airy, like air pockets in there, so the steam is able to circulate evenly. And then at that point, you're going to cover it with parchment paper or foil, and then the lid as well to trap the steam. And then turn the heat all the way down to its lowest setting and cook for about 30 minutes. And it's going to cook it so fluffy you won't believe it. Now this here is my slaw. Now I picked up the already packaged slaw called the sweet kale slaw. The only thing that I feel is missing in this pre-packaged slaw is the carrots. So I just added some shredded carrots that I already had in my fridge, and I add my distilled vinegar and some water, and so that way I can clean it out and get rid of any impurities that might be in there. And hey, I spin it, and all the water is out now. I'm going to add the pre-packaged candied cranberries and pumpkin seeds, and those cranberries, they're sweet and tangy. I just love the flavor profile that it brings into the salad bowl. And then there's also the pre-packaged very sweet creamy salad dressing that has poppy seeds in it. It's so delicious. I got this from Costco, so I just picked it up, and hey, there you have it. We have a slaw to go with our jollof rice. And Costco is a wholesale store that sell things in bulk. It's like Sam's Club, and when I go there to shop, I'm thinking of my big family, so I pick up a lot of things that last quite a while, including rotisserie chicken, especially on my lazy days when I don't want to do too much. So I picked up this rotisserie chicken, so it's already cooked and it's flavorful. And I also have some suya. Suya is made with peanut flour, and so I added some African spices to it as well as some seasoning. And I also have Nanaaba's kitchen shito. So I'm going to spruce up the flavors of this rotisserie chicken. I bought it yesterday and it's been in the refrigerator, so I need to warm it up anyway. So I'm just going to add a little more flavor to it before I put it into the oven. So a little suya, spice mix, as well as some of the shito, especially the oil part, because I'm going to broil it in the oven to warm it through and to give it that extra flavor. I'm also going to add some onions, as you can see. So I'm just going to rub the suya into it as well as the shito and throw it into the oven at 500 degrees Fahrenheit, which is coming from the top of the stove. So it's at the broil option. And that is going to warm it through, crisp up the skin even more, and it's ready to serve. Now look at the onions, they're so flavorful. I kept munching on these. Dinner is almost served, y'all. So I have my jollof rice, which is cooked at this point, so I'm getting ready to unveil it. My chicken is done. I garnish with a little bit of parsley, and I have my slaw also done. Jollof rice is cooked, it's beautiful and fluffy. So carefully remove that parchment paper, and there it is, the best jollof rice I ever made. Wow, it's fluffy, it's fragrant, that dorowet oil, oh my goodness. And it's healthy oil too, because I used avocado oil in preparing the dorowet, which is Ethiopian chicken stew, by the way. That video is linked below if you want to watch it. Just look at how fluffy this jollof rice is. It is soft, it is fluffy, it is packed with so much flavor. I can't even believe it. So here it is. I'm just gonna serve it, and the children are ready. The family is like ready to dig in. Yes, just look at that. It's like a party, and we're not even having a party, but yeah, my family deserves this. Please treat your family to something good. I also had some ripened plantain, so I made some ripened plantain, spiced ripened plantain dish known as kiliwili, and it goes so well with jollof rice. Friends, dinner is served. Family is happy. I'm happy. I could not wait to dig in. Look how fluffy this jollof rice is. Please go and search through that freezer. You would find something that you can throw together and make something delicious out of it for your well-deserving family. Treat them to something scrumptious. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you are inspired to try it. Make it a great day, and as always, have fun, especially in that kitchen.